Welcome back, Nikolai. This is Comic Corner, Classics / Non-Classics. This is episode number 1099 and Doubleshot number 993. I got one Marvel trade, one DC trade. Before I continue, though, I have reviewed Part 3 for that Kingdom Come trade. I reviewed Part 2 in the last review. I reviewed Part 3, which I have it right here. Yeah, I reviewed this one a year ago. Check it out. I reviewed it with Scarlet Witch. I had to look it up just to make sure of it. Okay, first up is a book. I've never actually read anything for the series before. I figured, oh, why not? And plus, the writer, of course, does not be credited under his actual name. Referred to as the original writer. This is Miracleman, Book 3, Olympus, collecting the Miracleman series 11 to 16 and the all-new Miracleman annual. Now you're probably asking yourself, who the heck is Miracleman? Well, there is a documentary that actually does explain this. Yeah, apparently, for one, I remember about the documentary. Apparently, he was a character back in the 40s. Originally was called Marvel Man. Yes, it's the same character. He had changed his name to Miracleman because of legal issues. Yeah, apparently Marvel sued the British company for basically using Marvel as a name for character. So, yeah, and the fact that he basically has a series of anthology books. He had a good supporting cast. Now, I should point out, though, this book... Now, despite the credit as the original writer, this is actually Alan Moore who wrote this. Yeah, Alan Moore. Yeah, I think he must have brought with him the artist from the Swamp Thing era. Yeah, when he was the artist for Swamp Thing. Joe Talbotton. This artwork is freaking gorgeous. Yep. Mostly put just basically just Miracleman. If you have, I recommend just reading the trade. Now, I just put out the annual. It's just a couple of stories that actually were unpublished stories in the 80s. One, of course, they explain here, which is done by the artwork is done by Joe Quesada. Yeah, he actually artwork in here, where it was sort of written by Grant Morrison in the 80s for the comic where the Miracleman was being published at the time, Warrior, but it wasn't published because the comic got canceled. So he asked Grant Morrison, "Do you still have the script?" He said, "Yeah, it survived," so he published it as part of his annual. Yep. What it's called, the October Incident, 1966, the Miracleman family. Let's see. I don't think they actually have explanation about that one. Now, I should point out, though, up until you get to, like this portion of the book is all the issues. The last portion of this book is all, like, pencils. Yeah, unused sketches that they actually use is behind-the-scenes stuff. Yeah, like they do strange thing in this book. Like, apparently Miracleman's got a daughter from a previous marriage that apparently who's 4. Apparently does not want to find clothes. In the final issue of this particular thing, he has sex with Marvel Woman in the frickin' sky. Why? Because he felt like it. I do highly recommend reading this because it's really that damn good. Now, I'm giving this book roughly a 9 out of 10. I didn't really explain what happened here. Just read the book. It is so damn good. Like, if you like Alan Moore stuff, you would definitely appreciate this. Yeah, though Alan Moore is basically, from what I can tell, not a very nice person in the industry. So, maybe Marvel probably felt as though that he basically did not want his name credited with this. So they credit him as the original writer. Now, Neil Gaiman basically was in charge of this project, and he later took over the book when it became all new Miracleman. Yep. Oh yeah, and also Miracleman's daughter, her name is Winter, and she kind of persuaded him to start a relationship with Marvel Woman. Yep. All right, next up, of course, this book. I should point out though about this book. This book would be really good. I'm giving this book a 9 out of 10. Shoot, damn it. Yeah, the book itself. I should point out though, it's very mature book. There's nudity in it. There's foul language. It's for mature readers. That's what I should say. Yep. All right, next up it is Checkmate by Greg Rucka, Book 2. Collecting Checkmate, Volume 2, Issues 13-25, and Outsiders 47-49. Yeah, why Outsiders are here? Because it's part of that Checked Out crossover. Yep. An absolute fantastic crossover, done by, of course, by Joe Wennick, who was a part of the Outsiders at that point, and, of course, Greg Rucka. You have to go off the storyline. It's a great six-part storyline where apparently Checkmate does. Apparently the UN does not like what the Outsiders are doing. Like, oh, it's up to status quo, and of course Nightwing pulls out the bullcrap. This happens. Oh, she won cap. All but him, because well, Sasha Bentrick's got history with of all people, frickin' Batman. Yeah, she's got a history with him. Mainly because they were previously a couple. Yeah, so that's how she knows all about Nightwing. Yeah, she does know Batman's secret identity is Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Yeah, apparently the UN does not like how the Outsiders do business, so Checkmate just advertised them to go to Oolong Island to deal with some stuff that happens to sort of follow up to the miniseries World War III, which is a miniseries event where it was something to deal with all people Black Adam starting a war on the island. And most team is taken. Like most Outsiders, basically Nightwing, Sasha, and Captain Boomerang are taken. Yes. Who takes them? Like, I kid you not, it's no Wonder Woman villain. Like, there's a funny little thing in here when the Outsiders are captured. They actually have a moment like, okay, we have Grace, who's actually in a hospital gown, and we get a chance to see her butt. Because why not? Oh, if you're just reading this and you wonder, hey, like, why is that Amazing Grace's relationship with Thunder? Because it's a lesbian relationship that started just prior to this. Yep. Oh yeah, and stuff that happens in here, it's loosely follow up in the issues that come afterwards. Because, yeah, apparently Mr. Rick finds out about Task Force X, which I'm like, wouldn't everybody know about that already? It was made public knowledge back in the early 90s. I think what he probably is suspecting is that it's back, because it's been semi-active over the years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, Waller tries to figure out a way to get Miss Terrific and Sasha Bentrick removed from their position so that she can take full control of Checkmate. Yeah. Oh, and the person behind this whole thing, yeah, is somebody you probably would not suspect basically be involved with this. This guy. Don't know who this guy is? He's no Wonder Woman villain. Yeah, this is his first appearance he made since the early 70s. Yep. And apparently he's working with the August Iron. Now, where they are is very interesting. They're not Oolong Island. Nope. They're actually in North Korea. How the heck they even got here is never explained. Yeah. It's a bunch of political nonsense basically that comes with this. Yep. And Sasha, of course, is apparently... Get this. They apparently take time for her, and I think even Captain Boomerang to... Well, Captain Boomerang, they took off his shirt. But Sasha, they stripped her completely naked because they want the Omax stuff in her body. And they took time to chop off her frickin' arm that grew back basically via metal. And Mr. Terrific basically authorized a mission to retrieve the two members of the Outsiders, plus, of course... Well... Plus, of course, Sasha, his girlfriend. Yep. And... of course, but the person he sends basically is not them, but Batman. Because why not? Why not send Batman? I mean, he is like Checkmate. He's not authorized by them. So, Mr. Terrific... By the way... Nightwing does know Mr. Terrific. He doesn't know him, like, personally per se, but he does know him not only as the White King of Checkmate, but also as the chairman of the JSA. Yeah, he's been the chairman. He was the chairman for quite some time. He was the leader, like, about partway into the run, and when they were briefly attacked by Roulette, and then he was basically the leader of the JSA, I think up until the Flashpoint reboot. Mm-hmm. Yep. Eventually, of course, everybody's saved. And then, of course, we lead to a storyline, which... series of stuff, basically, where the Master Machine gets replaced with August Iron, who Sasha hates. For a very good reason. Because he witnessed her being tortured. And he did nothing. She had every right to beat the crap out of him. Also, August Iron's girlfriend is here. A woman named, I think her name is Ghost Fox. I think it's Ghost Fox. Yeah, it's a woman basically. Whoever she touches men, they basically die. Apparently, because he's made of iron, he's like, okay, let's start a relationship together. Yep, it's a relationship that doesn't go much anywhere. Yeah, in case you're wondering, Count Vertigo's in here, and there's mention of Green Arrow in here, but no, he doesn't make an appearance. Oh, by the way, here's something quite interesting though. Despite the fact Dick Grayson knows Oliver Queen personally, he barely interacts with Count Vertigo in here. No, he doesn't. Oh yeah, here's the Count Vertigo. In case you're wondering, he's the White Queen's bishop. Yes. And Miss Terrific's, I think it's his knight. I think we want to contact him. Yeah, later on in the book, we're trying to get Waller out of the book. Yeah, there's a lot of political stuff happening here. Like, Waller really wants to give her Mr. Terrific and Sasha so badly. So basically, she fakes photos thinking Mr. Terrific that Marshman was actually the ambassador all along, even though it's actually not true. And then, of course, he actually revealed, he basically blackmailed her and the other guy, the other White King, the Black King, basically to resign because the fact that he was about to reveal a lot of shady info. Oh yeah, and here's the thing. Like, oh yeah, you have a relationship with the Black Queen. And he points out, though, there is nothing in our charter that says we can't do that. And, of course, the Black King is like, yep, that is indeed true. That is perfectly legal. It's the whole thing with the ambassador we have to get rid of you for. And Mr. Fig's like, yeah, that's complete nonsense. I'm going to reveal more stuff to get rid of you. So, Wallace got rid of. Yeah, they got rid of her. And what did they do with her after this? Well, she got moved over to Suicide Squad for the issue miniseries. That's basically it. Of course, this was basically hinted at since the checked out storyline, which basically the conclusion with that for the Outsiders is that Batman takes over the Outsiders and Chuck Dixon takes over like right after that. Yeah, the checked out storyline is the last thing Joe Winnick has anything to do with the Outsiders. So Batman takes over and Chuck Dixon takes over the writing. And here's the thing: Winnick at the time was the second writer who wrote the Outsiders. Dixon was the third, and then fourth was J.T. Kroll. After him was Tomasi, and then Dan DiDio. Basically 6 writers. The current writer is the 7th one right now. A lot of spy stuff, and of course the storyline here ends like the end of basically Rucka's run is basically them taking down frickin' Cobra. Yep, and that's pretty much the end of the run for Greg Rucka. Yep, but I don't want to be able to reveal too much about this, but this is just pure fun. I love this. Great book. Surprisingly, though, and this I call bullcrap in DC4, they created Paul Kupperberg basically for creating Checkmate. But here's the thing. Is the original run for Checkmate ever is that in trade? Yes, one issue. Part of the Jonas directed crossover. That's it. And also here's something interesting though. This run was never finished collecting in trade. Nope. Believe it or not, this run lasted for 6 more issues before it got canceled. Now, why Rucka left, I have no idea. By the way, I give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really, really good. Yeah, and also with Core, I did reveal in the JSA vs. Core book. Now, Eric Truman co-writes the last few issues. He takes over as the main writer of the book right after Gregor left. So the arc is done by Joe Bennett, Eddie Burrows, met the guy, very nice person meet, Joe Pareto, Matthew Clark, Ron Randall, and Chris Simney. Yep. But, yeah. This book is purely fantastic. I highly recommend people fans who are fans of spy work and comic books. I recommend the series. I also recommend people who are fans of Greg Rucka's work. And also people who are fans of Mr. Terrific. And, like anybody else. This book is pure fun. Yep. So, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review for the Inuyasha film, probably a little bit later on today, along with maybe the return to Final Act. Okay? See you next video. Bye.